No one had a blocking concern. So as of that meeting, Zoe was determined to be the new chair of Cook County. Jim renominated himself, no blocking concern. He was the new he stayed as vice chair. Or coach,
What?
our terminology is.
Yes, she has.
Can we mute ourselves, please? Rich nominated himself, he remained. George nominated himself, he remained. There was still one empty position because the person. Can we please mute ourselves? Or I will have to mute it.
Things for a good smoothie.
No, not blueberries, mostly.
Daph. Oh,
Okay.
Daph. That's okay. She's muted. So there was still here. She's here. Muted doesn't mean that you kick them out, you just mute them. So there was still one position because our vice chair at that time, the way our structure goes, there is a chair, two vice chairs or co-chairs, whatever you want to call them, a secretary and a treasurer. The second vice chair had not been active, so the suggestion was to remove him, but they left you with one open position. So they asked if I would stay in place as the co-chair. No problem. So once we left June's meeting, you had Zoe as chair, myself and Jim as co-chair, Rich as treasurer, and George as secretary. That was what comprised our executive committee, okay? So moving forward, Zoe did not like the other members and the jobs that we did. Although I cannot
objection, the way you characterize objection.
Well, objection sustained. So we continue to move forward. July happened, and at the August meeting, I want to say it was that Zoe asked for the June meeting to be invalidated because there was not, I'm trying to remember exact words, there were not enough members present. So the membership, we did a democratic process. The membership agreed on a motion that Jim proposed, which was to say, hey, while we will take this under consideration, and while we're taking it under consideration, allow the 2023-24 executive committee to come back in place until an investigation is held, okay? So that is what we did. We held, and what we said, in the interest of fairness, because officially we had quorum, and all our bylaws require is that we have quorum. Our bylaws do not necessitate that all members of the party be present. It simply requires that you have quorum. Wait 1 second, which we did. However, to be fair, we upheld what Zoe asked, which was to invalidate June's meeting, which is what brings us to tonight. So there's going to be a special election. Whoever becomes the chair, we have 2 co-chairs, treasurer, and secretary. Everything is now open, okay? But this election is a special election, which means that whoever it comes in place will only be in place until our annual elections, which are held in February. Everybody understand where we at? Valencia, what was your question?
What is the definition of quorum?
7 people.
Thank you.
7 members.
7 members, I'm sorry, 7 members of the CCGP. So 7 members, whether you are in person or hybrid, because we count both. Okay?
Or via email?
No. You have to attend the meeting, either like how they're doing here. Yes, for quorum to be met, you have to either physically come to our meeting, because keep in mind, when we had COVID, there were no in-person meetings, right? So we only had online meetings, and many people stopped doing hybrid. I kept hybrid going because I realized that that was how we got the people that we got going. This is actually my personal Zoom. This is not paid for, and that's the other thing that I want to say, and we're gonna get into the elections. Whoever becomes chair, because I do know that we have a few different people who have said they want to be nominated or nominate themselves, or whatever the proper terminology is. Make sure that you guys are able to be here in person, okay? Because it's going to be difficult to orchestrate a meeting from home. So you need to be able to be here in person, and whether you, however y'all gonna do it beyond here, because again, I am not serving. I go back to my original stance that I had before, which is I am too busy to be an officer. It's just the love that I genuinely have for the Cook County Green Party that has kept me here. But I want for there to be somebody who has a genuine heart for the party. Somebody who understands what the Green Party is all about. Understand that we should not be a divisive organization. We should be able to work together, both and. We should not have a competitive environment. This should not be about, oh, I did this, what did you do? Compare. We're all working together, or should be working together toward the same goal. Okay, so that being, oh, that was 10.
I just want to make it clear.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
say whoever's gonna be chair has to be here, has to do it here. You don't mean here.
No, not
You mean
physically
at
here.
a public space.
Exactly. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. So what has been done in the past, and again, what you all will choose to do, I don't know. But what has been done in the past, to be fair, because we have members everywhere. We historically, we would go across the city. So one meeting would be on the north side, one on the south side, one out west, one in Oak Park, okay? So we have, I'm sorry, east and then Oak Park. So we have historically switched it up. So whatever the meeting is, typically what had happened, George would be the one to secure the location. You all may decide that the chair will do it. Whatever y'all decide, okay? Is everybody clear? Does anybody have any questions before we go? Because now we are going to.
When I joined the Illinois Green Party and paid my $60 to them.
Yes,
Why didn't I join Cook County?
you did. So by default, if you live in Cook County, when you join the state party, you automatically become a member of the Cook County Green Party, okay? So that is by default. The Cook County Green Party, we do not collect dues, okay? So let me be specific. When you pay, whether it's $12 or $60, whatever you pay, that goes to the state party. We, in these settings, do not collect dues for our local party. So once you pay, that's going to the state. And that's one of the reasons why we like to use the resources from the state, because if we're paying our money to the state, then it makes sense to get resources that they provide if we're paying our money. Does that make sense? So that's what happens when
We donate to Cook County.
we do not, so however y'all want, whatever y'all want to do after tonight, I don't know. I'm telling you what had been done up to this point. Up to this point, there were never any physical monies collected unless it was a fundraiser for